Yes, it's going to be fantastic today. So let's go over a little bit about what we're going to be talking about. We've got the updated Skyler model. We're going to be talking a little bit about the rogue skins. We also have a little bit of an announcement for a new region, possibly. We're going to be talking ranked changes, ranked season 1, and then obviously we're going to be talking about the Monkey King himself. I'm excited. How are you guys feeling, Stegs? How are you feeling about this?
I'm excited. I know I say it every stream, but I am really, really excited for this because, especially for the Monkey King himself, we're actually debuting not one, but 2 videos on this stream as well, which is very, very exciting. I can't wait, and also the season 1 stuff. Oh, it's going to be cool. I don't want to say anything else because I feel like everybody should just experience it. That's it.
Agreed. Thunder, how are you feeling about today's show?
I can't wait to share. We got so many really cool things coming up, especially those 2 videos we were just talking about. So it's hard to not spoil it. Can't wait.
And Ace, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think the team did an incredible job. So really excited to showcase some of the work.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Well, we're just about to jump in it. Don't go anywhere because we're going to show you a quick little video from the Content Creator Guild and enjoy that.
Oh, sure.
No way, they're actually bringing Wukong back.
Big Woo! Hey! Wukong just makes my life worse.
Oh my god, he's here!
You know, this was a good run. Turn it off. We're leaving. Goodbye.
I can't wait to get clapped by a monkey with a stick.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna play Wukong support.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Hello.
You're never gonna believe this.
What?
Predecessor is bringing Wukong back into the game.
Honey, I told you to stop talking to me about this.
All right.
Let's go. Hello, Mers. Yeah.
And that video, that beautiful video, was from the PCG, the Predecessor Content Creator Guild. Thank you to all the creators who submitted videos for that. It was fantastic. Honestly, I hope some of the creators actually post some of the videos that they made, just on their own socials, because some of them were fantastic. They were so
really good.
But
really good.
Stegs was
yeah.
he's responsible for that beautiful video. How do you feel about it?
Do you know when we were talking about, we were like, hey, why don't we do this kind of video thing? And nobody really believed in it before we made it, and we were like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna see what it turns out like, and the content creators did a beautiful job. I'm very, very happy with it. Love it.
Oh, I'm so excited for it too. All right, well, we have a brand new guest on the show. We've got Thunderbrush here to talk about the Skyler remodel. But before we do that, I wanted to talk a little bit about, some of your journey getting onto the Omega team. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, as always, glad to be here. Been in games now, oh Lord, lose the count, 17 years, or take.
Wow.
Gotta stop counting after a while.
Hello, George.
The number gets too big. Kind of got my start in MMOs, and just kind of goes to show how long they're in development. First one, I'd say my first major studio project was actually the 6th artist hired on Elder Scrolls Online, if you can believe it. I think that game was in dev years and years before it even initially launched. Went from there to Vigil Games, worked on an unfortunate ill-fated MMO with Warhammer 40,000 online, but I got to moonlight a little bit on Darksiders 2, which was a fantastic project. I had all kinds of great lifelong friends there. Kind of moved there from a couple different projects here and there, kind of smaller stuff, and kind of worked all over, both big AAA console titles, and MMOs, did
I think it's
some
really
mobile
cool.
game dev, We
he
worked
makes
in the
really cool
tabletop
art.
space a little bit, worked on some D&D books, even got to work on a board game, Clank, at one point, which was pretty fun. Then, it's been years now, but I still think it's all relatively recent in my mind. Got picked up at High Res, back in 2018, 2017, and was art director on Paladins for quite a few years. It was phenomenal, fun time there. There's kind of similar thing we do here, just great hero development, community building, just fun, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Other than that, I'm not that interesting. Pretty typical nerd guy. I like nerd things. It's gaming and art's about all I can really talk about in any extended length, really.
He's really
that and my
nice.
dogs. I'm kind of obsessed with my dogs. That's thanks to my wife.
Thunderbrush, wait, tell us about your dogs. I'm
Yes.
going off script.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but please tell us about your dogs.
Yes.
I got two adorable, spoiled rotten little dogs. One, she's a Boston mix named Wiggy, who is just as cute as can be. And then we have a French bulldog we adopted named Prince, who is as rotten as the day is long. But we love them both dearly. They absolutely rule the house, unfortunately, but that is 100% our fault. But yeah, the big fan of dogs nowadays. So it's the silly thing I talk about outside of not heavy metal, video games, and skulls and whatnot.
Yes. I love it. Well, this sounds actually like a pretty exciting dev draft interview maybe in the future. Have you on that show? Get to know.
Got plenty of stories to share.
Yes. Yeah, get to know you, your dogs, and more of your story. That'd be awesome. Well,
yeah, he's really
let's
cool.
talk
He
a little bit
comments or
about
something
Skyler.
on my art sometimes.
Okay, because we a lot of us know the story, but let's kind of talk about it. What happened when Skyler launched?
Stuff.
Well, Skyler's interesting. She was a champion launched kind of right as I got here, right? And we have a really talented team at Meta. Our team's really incredible. And Skyler, from a technical standpoint, did a lot of really super impressive things. But I think ultimately the fan response was kind of the correct one in that everyone really liked her gameplay kit. She felt fantastic to play, but her theme just kind of quite didn't land. And one of the earliest tasks I got involved with from an art direction standpoint when I got here was sort of assessing with the team, hey, how do we feel about this? Ultimately we got to do a bit of a post-mortem, which is kind of a rare opportunity, frankly. And we all kind of agreed that ultimately this idea that she stole alien tech and that was her whole vibe didn't ultimately translate to the design that shipped. So we kind of sat down and kind of put our thinking caps on and realized we could visually relaunch her. And as an art director coming onto this team, it was a good exercise to sort of get up to speed on our pipeline, get familiar with the team, and sort of help set a new standard vision for us, moving ahead into the future. Although I think technically the first piece of content I contributed on with the team is probably the Decker skin, the holiday skin. But coming back to Skyler, we really knew that she needed a stronger visual hook. So sat down, did some early concept explorations. A big part of this was also talking with our marketing lead, Rob, and some other folks, was that, we're getting so much feedback from the community, but from an art standpoint, I would love to get even more input from the community. So as we were going through these processes, which again, everything starts in the pre-production phase of concept, just, hey, let's just share it with the community and see what they think. Because internally, that initial spread with it was the convict, the soldier, and the alien concepts were shared. Even internally, everyone, it was right down the middle of alien and convict. Everyone liked both of them. And conceptually, that idea was kind of born from this notion of, from her backstory, there was a lot to it that I think made the translation to her kind of final result a bit of a challenge. You're trying to cram a lot of these narrative beats into a final character design. So it felt cleaner to kind of separate them and understand that, well, in a timeline, she could start as the convict who was sort of used to, as a prototype guinea pig, if you will, to test these exo flight suits. And then eventually she finds a super rare, alien tech one that maybe they had locked in a lab somewhere that she hijacks and steals. Maybe that comes later. So it felt as a natural progression, okay, if those are the two we like, that the alien feels like something that would come later, which the idea was kind of born from, well, maybe that can be a premium skin she gets later on. And the convict is her kind of base default. And, again, when we went to the community, the kind of sentiment was, again, right down the middle. So it just sort of aligned with, okay, it feels natural that we will start with her beginning. And then through some of her future skins, we can kind of tell a bit of her story. The skins can be both narrative and contextual, or, just plain fun. Not everything has to tell a super deep story, which is cool. But it felt like a pretty logical progression, as well as, like I said, helping us internally build what is the kind of art pillars we want this game to have. Strong, iconic characters, things that people can really resonate with and feel very excited about to sort of match our fantastic game design. So yeah.
Well,
that was kind of the genesis.
Yeah.
Thunder, we actually have I went through your Twitter earlier yesterday, and I grabbed all the scenes leaks that that you showed for Skyler, and we've got a bunch of them here. And I think this is one of the first posts that you did, I think, right? Like, yes. This was that sort of poll where you were up in the community. I wonder if we just kind of cycle through some of this. I wonder if you can just kind of talk us through the process as we're looking at it unfold in front of us, if that's all right.
Yeah, fantastic. Again, as an initial kind of spread of concept ideas, these are really meant to evoke the sort of vibe, if you will, of the character. What resonates with people and why. And again, all three of these ideas, convict, alien exosuit, and soldier, were really fun, but they were easy to understand, very separate concepts. We weren't trying to mix and match things really at all. And I think what people really kind of resonated with pretty quickly was the convict story. It was pretty easy to understand. You kind of get this sensation of okay, she's wearing kind of the prison jumpsuit. She has this what feels like prototype technology on, which I think kind of excited people in terms of it starts to tell a story pretty quickly. And the alien just immediately is okay, why is she wearing this alien exosuit? It's clearly not human in origin, at least what we understand as human. I think the shapes are, felt very iconic pretty much immediately as well. They're just unusual, right?
Obviously.
Soldier definitely had its fans, and it is obviously a very fun concept. We would have been happy to build it, but I think why she sort of fell behind the other two was we've kind of got it covered in other characters pretty strongly already in Predecessor. And again, as always, when you're building something new, you're always looking for that. What's the iconic hook? What's that simple, I'm trying to explain to a friend, who this character is as quickly as possible. When you say, well, she's just a cool soldier, it's not quite enough. But again, this is why we do concepts. This is why we get the conversation going, and the feedback from the community was absolutely essential, I think, in finding something that we want, and I hope this is the case, that everyone is really, really happy with and is really excited by. So, yeah, these were done, in full view of the community, sort of shared the major milestone updates as we were going through the concept process, getting feedback on all things from the outfit design to the colors. Her hair was a big, big talking point for a while. We went through a ton of options there, and, again, landed on something that the community had a ton of input on and had a pretty organic conversation.
I like this more.
This is one of her earlier takes where the convict kind of suit was a lot more prominent. And, fun enough, looking back on it, I still love it a lot. But I think what was the thing was we didn't want to be overly loud, and there was always that kind of balancing act.
I like this.
Make a fun, iconic character, tell a story, but, not.
Yeah, Alien definitely, 100%. But since they wanted to stick with this anyway.
Always, on any character design, there's endless conflicting opinions, which is always fun. You want, as a designer, you're always looking for what gets everyone.
Yeah, I don't like this hair. I don't like
the most excited
how this looks overall.
Yeah. Color lineups always fun to do. Just looking for what felt the most Skyler, what told the best story. One of the things from her previous designs that did always kind of feel good was the use of blue in some of her outfit. It just kind of aligned, I think, especially nicely with her VFX. And unfortunately, when you're going, sci-fi space convict, that orange jumpsuit feels like, well, you got to have it. And then the rest of her is kind of covered in this hard surfaced, somewhat anime inspired like mecha suit. So it didn't leave a whole lot of room for blue, even though we were kind of like, maybe the jumpsuit's blue, but the moment you do that, that character iconography starts to decrease for the type of story we're trying to tell. And it ultimately came back in.
It reminds me of how's that called? Borderlands.
Again, we go through
typical Borderlands kind of look. I don't like it. It's not my thing. It looks rusty. It looks.
And
But hey,
I'm clowning on myself a little here. That the side shave haircut, you always, every concept artist will put it on the concept sheet. It feels like so. It's always like an inside joke. Get more lineups of like, hey, let's just go through all the options.
So much for
what could you possibly look like? We can build any kind of hairstyle in the world. And again, I think everyone kind of landed back on 13 as a fun callback to that felt kind of close to what Skyler currently has, but a bit more like stylish. And again, I'm abusing this poor word of iconic, right? Something that's a bit simpler and easier to understand. Again, that's what everyone kind of tends to come back to is the
14 is pretty,
easier to
4 is
digest
pretty.
shapes that are more memorable.
12, I also like 12. If it's long from the back.
Yeah, there's always endless color variants. In any concept process, you will go through 20, 30, 50 different kind of color takes on a thing because you never know.
I think red fits better than the blue.
But I guess
As
this
always,
means that sorry, Thunder.
No.
We can use that hairstyle is, again, I'm going to use the word now. It looks quite iconic. So you can use it in variants and like change the colors up, and it looks like almost a totally different character. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it becomes distinctly like this is just a part of Skyler now.
Ooh, that looks pretty though.
Yeah, these are always fun to share. Like
looks already
like
way better.
We get the model in before
now.
materials to kind of test the animation posing out and just to check our forms, make sure everything's kind of feeling all right. And these are the things even I love seeing as a dev, and I love being able to share them with the community, even though it's a bit raw, right? But this is kind of the advantage of being kind of a scrappier team where we can get community buy-in and sort of get people to come along with the ride with us as we're bringing these things to life, right? And once you get to see the fully textured, materialized, realized model, like the upgrade is just so staggering. It's just phenomenal. But really, if the design's going to work, it's going to work in these early stages once you have the model in.
That looks better.
Especially, like it's going to tell you pretty quickly, like, y'all, this feels good. So everything we're just doing past this point, it's just plus on top. And as always, we wanted to vet it against the old design, which is still in the game. We're not taking it away from anyone. But we want to make sure that the new take was obviously substantial, that it felt good, that we're upgrading her in every sense of the word, that this becomes more distinctively Skyler, like something that is her own. As is. Yeah. Definitely an early look, some of the materials. These were done.
The mastery.
Special shout out to our lead character artist, Kestis, and Tim especially.
Variant 1
the materials,
cool.
Variants here were handled exclusively by Tim. He came up with just some amazing looks for both her mastery, both her variants. I'm a huge fan of that green one. Like, I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's mine. That's what I'll be
green
rocking.
Is great. I love that one.
And players will definitely get a better sense of it once they're playing it. But huge shout out to our tech artist team, both Al and
bigger hips,
like,
but
the craziest thing with this new design on Skyler, there was some technical problems we wanted to solve as well with her.
At her hips. Well, before it went like this.
Very, very complex.
That was her outfit, right? It went like this.
Well, obviously, that's not the player's problem. For us, the challenge means that, that if we wanted to give her skins, we had some real big technical hurdles to get over if we wanted to really do drastically cool things with it. So as part of this rework for her, I wanted to re-architect kind of how both her gun and her backpack in particular functioned. And when you see her backpack and gun in game now, they look so insanely intricate. And there's a lot of cool details on them. The animation kind of portions to them are actually far simpler than the current default one. But because we've designed it in such a way, and we have these systems that kind of procedurally like handle like the wings unfolding and like kind of going into a rest state when she's running on the ground, it just adds this layer of complexity that I know players tend to crave in these things, and that kind of sense of quality where it's like this feels like a living, breathing character all of a sudden. Even though behind the scenes we've kind of streamlined it in such a way that those wings could technically be anything we want them to now. This gun has a clear part of functionality that tells you exactly what it does and how it's going to do it. You know, everyone loves rail cannons. If you love sci-fi, like they're just like the coolest things ever, right? And immediately when we started this, it's like, that gun is a rail cannon. I don't care what anyone says. And we wanted to make sure it aligned with, obviously, we're not trying to break her gameplay kit as it is because it's fun, but it felt like a pretty clear alignment. This was an early take 3D blockout I did to hand off to our character team to sort of like, here's the general volumes, but this is a very rough early mesh that, I hand over to actual professionals to really clean up and make look beautiful in game for us. But it gets apart like the idea like, oh, okay, well, this is the functionality of the gun. These are the major parts that move. These are the areas of focus for visual effects. And again, another shout out for our visual effects artist, Max here, who one of the key things we wanted to make sure was we didn't deviate from her visual effect treatment on her base, so we didn't confuse players who really like Skyler, but we wanted to give some tweaks and adjustments that enhance this kind of current, more like a hard-coded sci-fi look for her that felt really, really good. And again, a lot of under the hood kind of work happened to bring it to life, but absolutely well worth it. Yeah, in the end, I felt.
I love that you just said that these are like a quick little block out that you did, and I'm looking at them going, man, these look really, really cool. Like these look really detailed. These look great. Yeah. Is it just me, Choice? Do you feel that?
When he said that, I was like, oh yeah, right, right, quick sketch, block out.
Well, Blender is a fantastic tool, but there's, the game dev is such an intricate, complicated process.
Not really that much
on the art side of things. Not that
it can be really powerful though.
As far as I'm concerned, programmers are wizards, and visual effects artists are just like, I don't know how they do what they do. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But there's tons of optimization we put every model through, and as an example, like the wireframe on this guy had to get cut down pretty aggressively.
Murdoch, you always see.
Plus,
every single match.
Lead Kestis implemented a new pipeline process that kind of sped up our high poly phase of the model exponentially. I'd never even considered doing it that way, and blew my mind once I saw it. But again, that's what happens when you work with great people, right? You come together to solve a common problem, and you give people enough space to get creative with it, and together great ideas are found. There's always a good part of healthy challenge that creates this good tension where everyone's driving towards a common goal, right? And this is how I think you raise the quality bar, especially over time, as the team learns to overcome those challenges together. And I've said this on Reddit numerous times and Twitter as well. Unfortunate that I get to be a representative and share a lot of this really, really cool stuff with everyone. But everything you see here, even if I directly worked on it, is always a team effort through feedback, through knowledge shared, through just general insights, do's and don'ts. No one person really has all the answers. But I'm just fortunate I get to work with such a talented team.
So, Robbie, what are your thoughts on the new Skyler model?
Oh,
can't hear you.
Oh no!
Oh no! He says it's perfect. No problems ever.
I was gonna say he loves it. He's his face right here. He's also frozen because he's refreshed.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's just this thing doesn't if I don't speak for 5 minutes, it stops working. So you gotta keep letting me speak.
Right.
but yeah, I think the team did a really great job. I think when we saw the feedback from the community, I think we were we have to kind of reassess Skyler, and especially with Thunderbrush joining. I think when we sat down and spoke about it, we thought this would be a really nice opportunity to take the community's feedback, iterate on the design, kind of work with them hand in hand. As Thunderbrush showed, we shared a few designs. We let the community vote, and then we kind of went down the path with the community, and I thought that was a really cool process. And I think when I tried her in game for the first time, I was definitely like, this is way more badass, and it just feels so much better. And so I'm really excited for people to try her out. Really love it.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Awesome.
I'm excited to see this in game. You know, get to play with it because I've been playing Skyler a lot recently, so I'm excited to see this in action. It's going to be really cool. But I mean, that's not the only thing we've been able to work on, right?
Choice. Wait, there's one thing we've got to say before this. We are going to move on to the next topic in a second. The Skyler rework is currently scheduled for 15X, I believe. So we will keep everybody posted on that. But 15X, not 15. You heard it here first. There we go. Choice. What's next?
Rogue skins.
So
Now, I know. Okay, I know. Community, you have seen a lot of the rogue skins already. We gave the content creators, you know, like an early look at the build. I know Joe yours truly is just like in heaven right now because the Kwong rogue skin. But I wanted to like talk a little bit about like some of the story of like how these skins came about. Like Ace, you kind of remember back in the day when the rogue skins like came about. I think they were one of the coolest skin lines like in the game at the time. But how did it come about? Like, you know, looking at those old ones and then, you know, getting to the new ones.
I think it was quite a while ago that I think it was Wraith that we looked at a while back. And then the concept artist, I think it was Lucas who worked on it, drew a design. And we were like, oh, this looks like it could be part of this theme that we have with Sparrow and Kalari. And then we're like, oh, maybe we should kind of just double down on it. That's a really cool I haven't seen that one before.
That's so cool.
But yeah, so we saw that, and then I think the Kwong one may have been done with Thunderbrush, or maybe that was your idea. I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely remember the Wraith one. And then when Thunderbrush joined, I believe you made some changes to the Wraith one to kind of move it into the direction that we're like, hey, this is all going to be part of the same theme. And then I think the VFX guys, I think it was Alejandro that worked on the VFX. He did a really great job. So it's kind of like a team effort, but it didn't initially start out as like, hey, we want to make rogue skins. It was like, we think Wraith needs a really cool skin, and then it kind of took a life of its own. And then I think when we're really excited about certain skins, we feel like the community would be really excited about them. And I think judging from at least the content creators' reactions on some of the skins, I think people are going to really love them.
Yeah, shout out to both our concept artists with, I think Yordi was one who handled our Kwong, who went through a few iterations internally. And yeah, the Wraith one definitely went through some more iterations as well. But we landed on something that felt super badass to like, you know, as a player, I would buy them. No questions asked.
Yeah, when I was getting footage for this, I like Kwong's sword is so cool. Like,
yeah,
I don't play him that much. Like I would play Wraith more, and I absolutely adored the Wraith skin. And then when I like got into game with Kwong and saw all the VFX, I was like, oh my god, this guy is so cool. So now I'm gonna have to main him. And I guess that's okay. Like it's fine, but you know, what about Mazaris?
Yeah, I think one of the big points that a lot of content creators were talking about was the fact that when you're looking at the skin in the menu, the sword goes up above the menu. It's so big that you don't see the entire thing. And everyone was like, okay, that's like one of the coolest things ever. I love that little detail, even though, you know, it's just part of the skin just in general. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with huge swords on any character ever. That's just a given.
Yeah.
You know, the sword is never big enough.
Yeah.
True. Oh, these VFX are so cool too. So like when I know we kind of talked about like the origin of you guys kind of talking about bringing the rogue skin to some, you know, different heroes. What drew you like to Wraith and Kwong? I know you kind of already talked about it a little bit, but like these are so good. I even the Wraith one, best. It's the best. So when you were looking at
Rhino Wraith,
like I think he'd look good with the rogue skin. How did you feel about that? How did you come about that?
Yeah, as always, it's just we want to make sure every skin we do is quality. We want, rule of cool basically always wins, no matter what. And with Wraith, one of the things I kind of got to looking at when I was talking with our concept artist Lucas, who's done some beautiful work on this. All I basically came in and said, like, what if he had 2 shoulder pads and maybe a horn on the mask? And Lucas kind of just took off and ran with it and came back with this design that it just, as the kids say, immediately slapped. And we rolled with it. And, what you see is what what he did is exactly what you see on screen here. And he was also modeled by one of our internal character artists, Marlene, who, again, just took the sculpt in some beautiful directions. And Tim, really brought home the materials. As we did play, there's like a subtle glowing pulse. If you look at the red areas in his armor, there's kind of like this energy that kind of pulses through it. So it's always hard to pick up those levels of detail on a stream, but I think once players get to see it in game, it's just that layer of, again, quality and presentation. We're always looking for those wins to how do we make it every little bit cooler. And I actually like playing Wraith as well, so I was a little biased. I like big chunky characters, so I was definitely like give him 2 big shoulder pads, make it cool.
Yes. Yes.
Love that. I mean, the chat are definitely fans of these skins. Like, we've got Gosh, Wraith is so hot. As a Wraith main, this is an S tier skin. Yeah, love it. The unicorn horn is a bit much, but I also want it so bad. Yeah. I see you, chat. We love this. We love this. I'm glad everybody's enjoying it.
Oh, so
Awesome.
good. So good. Well, that's it for some of those, beautiful previews on what's coming in 1.5 and 1.5x with the Skyler model. It's going to be a fantastic next couple of updates. I am so excited to continue.
Got loot core? Do you say?
I don't know.
It's kind of official leaking, I guess.
Isn't that just revealing?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe.
But you know what? We're known
It's
for
official leaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
We're known for a little bit of leaks here and there. But before we move on to the next portion of the stream, there it is. That's the word that I was looking for. We are going to say goodbye to Thunderbrush. But Thunderbrush, thank you so much for your time and giving us like some really, really amazing insight on like the process of bringing these new models in, the new skins in, and kind of a little bit of a preview of the future of what's going to come into the game. I love the talks about quality and the rule of cool, because those are pretty dang cool skins. But before we let you go, did you have any last thoughts for us or for the chat?
No, just want to say, we're incredibly excited for the future. Can't wait to share with everyone the things we've been working on. Like, oh my God, it's just so wild. It's going to be an exciting couple of months ahead, really. Future champs, future skins, all of it's just really cool. The team at Meta couldn't be more excited to share it with everyone. And again, thanks for everyone's support. Again, community feedback has been just exceptional. Everyone out there just really kicks ass. I can't appreciate everyone enough, frankly. So thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Thunder. Everyone say goodbye to Thunder. Goodbye, Thunder.
Thanks, Thunder.
See ya.
Bye, all.
Perfect. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that transition. That was cool.
Hey,
sorry, I know I shouldn't comment on
He's
it.
a professional. He's a professional.
I know.
I do some
I
good
can't
stuff
help
every
it.
once in a while.
It surprised me. I was like, oh, this is nice. I won't interrupt you anymore. Sorry.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I am a professional.
It's funny how he looks to the side
But
because
I don't know
it's
about
just
being a
like he's
professional
looking
host.
at
Anyways,
choice, right?
So guys, I hope you enjoyed looking at Skyler, hearing from the mouth of the butcher, basically. Incredible stuff coming up, but we have a giveaway. 500 plat. We've got to do this every single time, but this time I was smart. Okay, this time I was smart. We're gonna put the actual like name of the the giveaway code, I guess, like down in the description in the little footer down below, so you guys can see it. All right, everybody, get ready.
Ooh.
This
Oh my god.
one is monkey business. Okay,
Love
you're
it.
gonna type in monkey business, one word. Okay, it's gonna be popping up on the screen here in just a second.
He hopes.
And
It's there.
There it is. There it is. All right, everybody, put in monkey business into the chat. While I look at RGS Ace and force him to talk for a second here, so his mic doesn't turn off. What was your favorite part about what Thunderbrush was covering there? What was your favorite part?
Definitely the skins. I felt like the skins are pretty awesome. I really like the Kwong one. I think the Kwong one is my favorite. Although I did play with the Wraith one in the playtest today. I think Stegs was Shimby, if I'm not mistaken.
We don't want to talk about the playtest today, Robbie.
That was good fun. I think
I didn't enjoy it, but it was right.
But,
it was okay. I guess it was okay.
Kwong's really cool because with his abilities, actually, lightning is cool, right? And so then you get to see red lightning, and you're like, oh, it's so dope.
Yes.
So I think the team really crushed it. And actually, when we made the skins, we didn't intend for them to have VFX initially, but then we were like, it would be so dope if they did have VFX, and so we're like, we got to do it. And I think it came out really well. So yeah, I'm a big fan.
Solid decision making. Solid.
Yeah, we're not up to monkey business here.
You do feel very powerful when you're playing it with that rogue skin, by the way, and you just call down red lightning. Like it's a whole new ball game. I love it. I really, really enjoyed it. And I genuinely, I don't play Kwong at all. Like I just don't. I don't know why he's just not really my cup of tea. But I am actually going to now just because of this skin and the VFX in particular. I just feel powerful. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Can't help it. It's so good. It looks so good. All right. Well, we're actually gonna let this giveaway simmer for a little bit. We're gonna talk about a little bit of more exciting stuff. Now, I saw earlier in the chat people asking for a specific thing, and I think you know what that is. Another region added to Predecessor. Dex, let's talk about this a little bit. What region are we jumping into?
Well, we're very excited because we're going to be doing a new server in South America.
With me, oh,
let's go! Shit.
Yeah, so cool is that? Yeah, a lot of people have been asking for this. So yeah, it's really, really cool that we can do this now. So at the moment, the server location is going to be in Sao Paulo, but it may change in the future. It kind of depends on, like, we want it to be optimal for as many people in South America as possible, right? So at the moment it's Sao Paulo, but we might well move it if it needs to be moved. So I guess watch this space on it. But I think, Ace, that's 1.5 as well, right?
Yeah, that'll be 1.5. I'm super excited.
Boom.
I think it's kind of funny because I don't know if you guys remember, but before we had console, people would be like, console when all the time. And then we were like, oh, okay, once the console's out, like, what else are people going to ask for? And then it was like Wukong and the SA servers. So now, obviously, we revealed Wukong, and so I wasn't getting that many messages about it, but I was still getting messages about the South American servers. So now, hopefully, people can enjoy Predecessor, and yeah, super happy that we're able to bring it to people, and they can play with a much better ping.
Vamos! Vamos! Let's go!
You don't have a verified account,
here.
Yeah, we are. I love it. I love it.
So good. All right, beautiful. Well, I kind of went off the script a little bit, so I do have to rein it back in. Let's pull this monkey business, and then we'll start the next giveaway, and then we're going to talk a little bit about ranked. Okay? Some pretty exciting stuff. All right, I'm going to be choosing a winner. If you haven't typed in monkey business in the chat, the code's down there, by the way. right down there. Do it right now, because I'm going to be picking in 5, 4, 3, 2.
We get a countdown. That's exciting.
1.5, 1.1. There's still a lot of people putting their.
There's a lot of monkey business in the chat here.
That's a lot of monkey
That's
business.
true.
And 1 and pulling it now.
Oh no!
Severog's left.
No!
You win. You are a winner today. Oh, that's cooked.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Excellent.
He has responded. So there we go. There we go. Beautiful. All right.
Very good.
Make sure you message us here on the Predecessor Game account so that we can get you your plat. All right. I am going to start the next one already. Okay? Because we're going to change.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what? We're going to change it to this.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
He's going off script again, Ace. Somebody stop him.
Uh-oh. He's up to monkey business.
Hey, the trickster. You know, that's all. That's what this whole stream is
true.
about.
It is kind of a theme.
Yeah. All right, everyone, type in "vamos" in the chat.
Love it.
Because we are welcoming South Americans to their own server. It's going to be beautiful. Yep. Vamos! Let's go!
Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I love seeing this. I love seeing this in the chat. This makes me very excited.
All right, Stiggs, let's talk a little bit about Season 0. How you feeling?
Yeah. I mean, it started a really long time ago, right, Ace? Like, you know, Season 0 came out when Aurora came out, I think. Was that it?
Wow. It feels like a long time
I'm
ago.
testing you now. It was a long time ago, though, right?
A long time ago. Some would say too long.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. I think that's pretty fair, right? I mean, we kind of, I think if you remember, we effectively kind of soft launched Season 0, if you know, which is why it was Season 0, right? You know, having it starting it at like different on different days at different times and doing all that kind of stuff and slowly increasing it. But we did add a fair few things like in the months of Season 0 Ace, right? Well, what sort of things did we add?
We added you are for Jesus. This wasn't in the script, was it?
No, it wasn't. Sorry.
No, we added the bands in, if you remember. Like that was something that people asked for. I think. We added the bands in. What else did we add? I actually don't remember what else we added. But I feel like we added a few things based on people's feedback, and then we slowly rolled out. I think we made a lot of changes behind the scenes as well. Probably not too interesting to folks, but tweaking matchmaking parameters and gains and those kind of things with how your VP works. So we did a lot of that as well. I can't remember if we added anything else.
I think it was things like, I'm testing myself here. I probably should have written that down, shouldn't I? We'll know for next time. Like things.
We need a teleprompter choice next time.
We do need a teleprompter really, really badly.
I got you.
Let's get one of them.
Well,
we
sorry
took
to
out
cut you
the.
off. Sorry to cut you off here. I have someone who wants to come onto the show who might know a little bit about ranked and you know what we added and stuff like that. We've got legendary game designer Demonde. Woo!
He's gone off script again. This was not planned. Where have you come from, Demonde?
Doing?
We're good. We're good. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, happy to be here,
Demonde,
man. It's always great.
We're talking about Season 0, and I went slightly off script and was like, "Yo, Ace, what did we add in Season 0?" And then Ace was like, "Dude, I don't remember." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not sure I do either." Demonde, what did we do in Season 0?
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, you threw me a curveball. I think I was supposed to be talking about Season 1, but we're talking about Season 0.
You are.
No.
We'll get to Season 1, I promise. I promise.
No, we added Sorry, I'm blanking on season 0. I've just been thinking about season 1.
Just move on.
Yeah. We might as well move to season 1
he's
because he's gonna leak it.
We did some stuff in season 0. It did last a little bit longer than we probably wanted it to. But you know, if you look back now and you kind of think about, I mean, chat, you don't exactly know, but we know what's coming up in 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, and 1.8. It kind of feels like a pretty good time to do ranked season 1, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. It feels like a good time to end it. It does feel like a good time to end season 0. So we did reveal the rewards for season 0.
What do I know?
I think we've got a picture of those at the moment. We've got the icons and banners there.
Yeah. I gotta press the right. Let me make sure I'm pressing the right button. Okay.
This is sensitive.
What?
Oh no, it's all gone wrong.
This is what happens when we go off script.
I'm never going off script again. This is I know. Look at this. Oh no. Maybe we should just end the stream.
Here they are.
There they are.
There you go. They're so great.
Yeah, exactly. You come back. Don't worry. But nothing happened, Choice. Everything's all good.
Everything's great.
So those are the rules for season 0. Season 0 ends this Sunday, I believe. This Sunday, which is very exciting. We've got 24 hours of ranked
and the profile
downtime after that. And then season 1 is launching with 1.5, which is very exciting. While we're on the topic of rewards, though, and again, we are going to get into season 1, and this is kind of getting into it a little bit. We are going to have a little bit more in season 1. So season 1, you are still going to have icons, banners. They're going to be themed around the theme of the season, which you might find out what that is a little bit later on the stream. Very exciting. But we're also going to be giving away, we're also going to be giving you a particular skin. This skin coming on screen right now. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's
cool.
the one.
That's cool.
As Demonde, as far as I know, this will be a skin probably for winning a certain amount of ranked games. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I believe it's something like winning 15 ranked games will make you eligible for this skin.
That's cool.
And then,
that's
that. I think we might be looking at doing variants for what rank you finish in, or what, or sorry, the highest achieved. So there might be some variants. So look out for those. But definitely you'll be eligible for the skin with at least 15 ranked wins, I believe.
There you go. There you go. I also heard about the variants as well, so that's exciting. Not super confirmed, but that is what we're working towards. So, yeah, as Demondo said, keep an eye out. Exciting stuff.
Need a good team up.
Checking my notes. Did I miss anything?
That's so awesome. No?
I guess really the only other thing to say about season 0 really is
cool skin.
Thank you to everybody for playing, for testing it, for giving us your feedback. It's all kind of going into season 1 and beyond. Anything else to add, Ace, Derek, Demondo?
Yeah, thanks to everyone who played season 0, who loved it and went out there and grinded their thousands of games. Because I know, looking at some accounts, I've seen some players with 1,000 games, especially some of you Paragon players. We see it. It's a lot. So respect. Thanks for playing.
Ace, any last thoughts for season 0?
I think it's awesome we get rewarded for playing ranks. That's
still
cool.
trying to get to Paragon.
Wait, does that mean it's going to be delayed until you get to Paragon?
Yeah, we might have to delay it by a week, maybe, because I'm in my I need to play. I'm in a promotion game from Platinum to Diamond. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and hopefully I'll at least get Diamond. But basically, what I'm saying is, if you haven't had a chance to grind for the banner and icon, now is your chance, because it's exclusive, so you'll never get it again. But then I think season 1, that skin is pretty dope, so definitely going to be grinding for that one.
Dame. Well, that's season 0.
Yeah, it's true, Anki.
A bygone era of Predecessor. Season 1 officially launches on Tuesday. And we have a bit of a reveal for you. The suspense is suspensing.
I literally thought you were going to show it. I don't know what was happening.
So did I. I was like, oh, when's he going to do it? And then he's just like, this is
going to happen.
Can you feel it?
It's going to happen. Let's look at this reveal for Predecessor Season 1.
Maya teams? Oh shit. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
And there it is.
That was a badass opener choice.
Oh yeah.
You finally pushed the button, guys.
I pushed it. I pushed the button, and it was a good button. Stegs worked very hard on that beautiful introduction to Predecessor ranked Season 1 Ashes of the Damned. I am so excited to jump into everything that we're going to be talking about for Season 1. Just initial thoughts for that reveal.
Yeah, I mean that's cool as hell.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going for more.
Did a great job making that. Same with. I'm not actually sure who made the little burning effect as it burns.
Different stuff.
That was sick.
Is that you, Stegs?
Thank you.
Thank
you. I watched a YouTube tutorial on how to do it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
wait, did you time it so that it revealed her face last, or was that a coincidence?
It wasn't a coincidence, but it was like cleverly done so that I didn't have to be clever about it, if that makes sense. You know, it like reacts to what is in the image, so kind of thing.
So it's like a filter.
I don't mean to do this. Like, I don't know. It's cool though. It's
so good.
When I saw the key art, I was just like, oh man, we got to have some kind of cool reveal for this
because before this indeed like what we have with Skyler and the skins, it's all a bit basic, right?
About it.
And this looks totally different. That looks really cool.
I mean, we should probably talk about key art. Should we not?
Yeah.
Should we talk about it? Should we talk about the key art?
Let's talk about the key art.
Okay.
I'm bringing it up.
I'm going to kick us off. So effectively, this is
what's the other one?
This is
must
kind of
be
a sneak
new
peek.
one, then, right?
This is kind of a sneak peek. So the two heroes that you see in the key art here, they are the next two heroes coming after Wukong.
They are new ones. That's awesome.
My God,
that's
reveals!
awesome. They look amazing.
Believe it. It's very, very exciting.
They look amazing.
Right?
Yeah. Let's go.
So it's really cool.
Girls,
it's actually, in terms of lore, Thunderbrush has actually taken a lead role in creating that kind of narrative of the game. It's a shame he's not actually here to chat about it, but I'm
excited.
It's all good. So this is like one of the first storylines that we're doing.
The left one.
The two heroes. I'm trying to be really, really vague so that it comes as a surprise when we actually reveal stuff. The two heroes you see here, like, they are very much linked. This is going to be a storyline that runs across multiple updates. And we're going to reveal more about them in the future. So, yeah, that's that. It's really, really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, super exciting. I think I mean, I don't know if you guys have played with the heroes. I know Derek definitely has, but I think they're super fun, especially the one on the left. Because I've played that the most. I've had a lot of fun with her, so I'm really excited for people to try them out. But they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, likewise. I've spent more time probably playing the one on the right, but they're both bangers. Really fun to play, and also trying to not say a whole lot to spoil anything either. So, but it's fun. Yeah, Ashes of the Damned is going to be really good. And as you can see, based on the title there, that is the theme for Split 1 of Season 1. So not the entirety of Season 1, but just the first quarter.
That's it. I mean, I think it's a great segue into getting into stuff for ranked Season 1, right, Demonte?
Yeah, man. Ranked Season 1, no, it's huge. It's going to be huge. Like we talked about Season 0 before, it was very much a trial period. It was for us to experiment with ranked, collect data from ranked, make sure to balance MMR and VP distributions, things like this. So now that we have a lot more info and data, we can look at those numbers and hopefully make it a better experience in multiple ways. So yeah, without further ado, we've got 4 bans coming now in ranked. So we'll have 4 bans, and it will be a snake ban.
Let's go.
That means no more banning the same hero as the enemy team. So Dawn side will ban first, and then Dusk side will ban second. Dawn side will ban third, and Dusk side will ban fourth. 4 unique bans. 4 heroes get locked out, can't play them. Simple as that. There's also another huge thing that we noticed. Big pain point was people might ban what you want to play because you have no way of saying, unless you're typing in chat or speaking to your team, you can't say like, hey, I want to play Sevarog this game. You can't do that. So we added an intent phase. You'll have 10 seconds right at the start. Everybody can hover what they want to pick, and then everybody will know, hey, this player wants to play, X hero. Maybe don't ban it. Along with a little warning if you accidentally, stumble upon trying to ban a hero that your team wants to pick, it'll let you know, like, hey, don't do this. So that's the first major change to draft, which is very important in my opinion. Any thoughts on that from
Same, Enki.
Anyone else on the panel before I move forward?
I'm just gonna say, for the hero that we're releasing, you probably need the extra ban.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, you might need it. So at least that's what the YouTube comments say under all the Wukong videos. So I'm glad you decided to include it with Wukong, because. But yeah, I think at least for me, one of the things that was always mentioned by the community that I noticed was, because the bans were kind of blind, you couldn't see what the other team banned. You could end up banning the same hero, which was, to be honest, it was like fun and a little annoying, because sometimes when I was duoing with my friend, I'm like, what are they gonna ban? Let's like try to think about what the enemy team would ban, and then you would ban something else, and then they may have thought the same thing, and you both just end up banning the same thing in the end. And then the OP thing is still left. You're like, God damn it. But I think now that you have 4 bans, they're pretty nice. And I think it just switches up the experience a little bit. And then also the intent phase, because I think currently the way people are doing it is they're like hovering over something, but then that becomes the ban hero. So then people are like, I actually wanted to play this. I didn't mean to ban it, but I guess we're banning it now. So that should be a really nice addition.
I've never done that, by the way. Just going to throw that out there. I never banned the one that I wanted to play, mostly because I'm scared of ranked. And if you have me on your team, bro, we're going to win, okay?
You are.
We're going to win because we're going to ban
Wukong. You're unranked?
No, I'm ranked, but
okay.
Just don't look me up, okay?
That's all. You can say it, Choice. You can say it.
Just don't look me up.
You can say what rank you are. I'll say what I am. I think we're the same rank, aren't we?
Yeah, like gold 2.
Which is probably worse for you. Like Paragon, right? I think we're both Paragon.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
guys.
Paragon.
All right, that's enough.
Paragon. Both Paragon.
What's the next feature?
Yeah.
Besides banning choice from ranked forever.
Yeah, we've got another pretty big one, and that is we know and understand that AFK players are a problem, especially in ranked, right? If you're going to queue up, you're putting 40 minutes plus on the line, right? Because you have to know you have to set that much time away, and you're putting your VP on the line, and you get an AFK player on your team. That ruins the experience. You lose VP. It's bad. So while we can't completely remove that case, what we can do is we can punish those players harder and take away more VP from AFK players when they're detected, and we can use that part of the system to refund that VP to players who get griefed by an AFK player. So we have a VP loss mitigation now, where you will be refunded up to 50% of your VP for that match if you have an AFK in it, depending on various conditions. But yeah, that's the other biggest part of the ranked feature set for Split 1.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love it. Get him out of my game, as Ace would say. Get him out of my game.
Yeah, get them out of my game and give me their VP.
Right, exactly.
That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
No, this is good because this is like it's definitely something we've seen like on Reddit spoken about a lot. So, hopefully that helps to alleviate the issue a little bit more. But as with everything, let us know when the feature's out. Tell us what you think, please. We'd love to hear it. Demone, what else is coming? What else have we got?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some stuff coming down the pipe for ranked in season 1. It won't be in split 1, so it won't be on 1.5. But as we move through 1.8 and then later split dates, we do want to continue to update ranked and add features that we definitely need. We want to introduce server locking, so that if you go and play on the new South America server, for example, you can go hit Paragon there, and vamos. You can go. You can hit Paragon there, and then if you come back to NA, which another huge shout out for NA Central, that's going to help ranked a lot this time around. If you come back to NA, you're not going to be Paragon, right? You're going to be whatever your NA rank is. You go to Europe, you're going to have your own rank there. So it makes sure that players like the skill of the region remains intact, and ping doesn't play a part in your rank, which currently it does, unfortunately. So that'll be a huge change. Be good to have, but again, that's not 1.5. That's like looking forward, the things that we want to add to ranked. There are a couple more things, right? Like rank decay. We don't want players sitting at Paragon for free, because as the season does change, as metas shift, as people get better, you don't necessarily deserve to sit in Paragon if you don't maintain that rank, right? So you will drop. Paragon players will drop down, below that threshold. And again, this is a system that's being worked on, so it could be, diamonds as well. We're not exactly sure yet, but we definitely want to introduce decay. And then another feature that we'd really like to add is placement system, right? Currently, if you're a new player, you just start in bronze 3. But we do want to add a placement system where the game, has some amount of games, be it 5, 10, whatever, where it figures out where it should place you, and then it places you there. And that should make the system feel a whole lot better than, forcing players that are definitely above bronze to start in bronze. Those are the main things that we want to accomplish for season 1.
Now I know a couple of people who are going to be severely affected by that rank decay, and I'm not going to call them out here, but you know who you are. But for all those people who want to enjoy ranked for a long time, not short time, but long time, what are we doing about that?
We got one more thing. We got one more thing in the pipeline, right, that I forgot to mention. That's tier skipping, actually. And this one's coming quite shortly. It's not 1.5, but it's getting the finishing touches, and it'll be coming out shortly. And that's the ability, if you're way higher rated than your rank is, we're going to allow you to jump straight through the ranks. So that'll be
beautiful.
So I won't have to grind through.
No, it would be me. It would be me.
Even I would say I have to grind through platinum and diamond. I'll just be going straight to power again, guys. I'll see you guys at the top.
Okay.
I appreciate it. But I believe the thing you were referring to, Choice, is the 24/7.
Oh, I got.
So how does that work then?
Yeah, well, there's two more things actually. There's that. There's
Ooh.
24/7 ranked, but it's for the first 2 weeks of 1.5. We're going to have ranked on all day on North America and Europe, and we will do another test and try out how ranked works in the 24-hour-a-day setting. Hopefully allow these grinders. I'm one of them myself that wants to just play 18 hours on the weekend. You get up at 6 a.m. tired as hell, and you're like, all right, time for another day of ranked, dude. You hop on and you just go. Is what it is, man. And then the other thing is we've decided that specifically for the low and mid ranks, so from bronze all the way up to the end of platinum, we're going to allow you guys to 3-stack and 5-stack. We're not allowing 4 stacks. That is banned. Will always be banned. That is to make sure people don't dogpile on the solo queue player. But we are allowing 3 stacks and 5 stacks. So that's pretty huge for a lot of people that have been asking for it.
Hello, Chum.
A lot of people have been asking for this. When is that a future thing to Monday, or is that a 1.5?
That I believe is a 1.5 change. I believe it is a 1.5 change. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Look at that. Well.
Now, I don't know if people are in the chat saying Vamos because of the change or Vamos because of the giveaway code, because those are some Vamos
that
changes.
sucks, man.
Let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 1.6.
I don't like that at all.
Mislead people.
There you go. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Still
Plan for
W
1.6.
change.
Anything can happen. I'm always going to say it. All right.
Temper your expectations as I give you the choice proposition fingers or hands or whatever, please. I'm just kidding.
Excellent.
W changes. Okay, I'm feeling these. Are we feeling these, chat? Yes? Okay, I'm seeing it. Lots of Vamos, lots of excited, lots of W's. Okay.
You did this on purpose, didn't you, Choice? You made them say this purely so it looks like good, right?
Yes,
It's smart.
exactly.
So smart. I love it.
And that's
I'm a
on
big fan of
marketing.
this.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Hello, Diggles.
Vamos,
I don't know who it is.
All right. Those are beautiful. So we have features that we want to add later. We've got features coming in 1.5. We've got intent phase, which is awesome. We've got 4 bands in a snake format. We've got incredible changes to the ranked system. Plus, season 1, split 1, Ashes of the Damned, coming right up.
So everyone will be blessed.
For the ranked gamers, for the queuers who want to be queuing for 18 hours over the weekend.
I'm good.
You guys have strong mental. No. This is why I'm still gold, because I haven't grinded. It's because I haven't grinded it. That's it. Okay, that's why I'm there. Okay.
Yeah,
not because of anything else.
That's why it is. That's exactly why it is. Yeah, and me too. That's same.
That shouldn't be in ranks. That shouldn't be in rank.
Anyway.
Well, now that we've built up ranked and made a bunch of hype out of it, maybe we should destroy the whole system with the next part, eh?
Destroy the whole system.
What a way to intro it.
Oh yes, we're gonna be. It's going to be. These 4 bands are all going to be Wukong throughout the entirety. Somehow they're going to break the system and they're just going to ban it all the way through.
Well, yeah, you have to ban his clones too, right?
It's so unfair
exactly.
because there's just going to be people that have some
Wukong could still
really good friends, and then it's not about skill anymore. It's just about if you have the best friends that you can get.
Some beautiful Wukong gameplay
I think,
chats and stuff
okay,
like that.
if they really wanted to have more.
Vamos giveaway, okay?
3.
If you haven't typed in Vamos into
but 5
the thing yet,
5 stack, I don't think
now
that
because we are giving away 500 plat.
There's no way.
The winner. Type in Vamos in the chat. That's all you gotta type. W South America.
They are gonna have 5 stacks in ranks until plats, until you reach plats.
Yes, I'm just kidding.
Or even in plat. I don't know exactly.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yes. 500 plat, everybody. It's on the. No, monkey business is over. Okay, don't type in monkey business.
You can say monkey business if you like. Why not? You
you're
just
right.
won't be in with a chance to win. That's the only thing.
True. All right, I'm pulling this 500 plat giveaway for Vamos in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Sparrow only. Vamos! Vamos! 500 plat going to Sparrow only. Make sure you message us here on the Predecessor Game Twitch channel so that we can add that plat to your account. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So
Before
now,
we move on, I actually got a question in chat.
Yeah,
that
me
I
too,
can answer
Anki,
here. Will
because-
ranked have a soft or
Well,
hard reset for season 1? Asked by Hanzi.
I saw the queue already. So,
yeah, so ranked is it would have what I would call almost like a mid reset. So it's not a soft reset, which would knock you back about 1 rank, and it's not a hard reset, which would completely wipe the data. It's like a mid reset where it'll knock everybody back a significant amount, but like if you're a Paragon player, you're not going to be going back to bronze. So
okay, that's nice.
that is the answer for that.
This
Beautiful.
actually reminds me as well. We have missed a couple of things that we were gonna go over. I think Demonde, correct me if I'm wrong. Have we spoken about how long a season is going to last?
No, we didn't. I think we spoke about it on maybe one of the previous streams. So yeah, we should talk about that on this stream for sure.
Yeah, let's talk about that now. So,
If you have
how
nice
long,
friends.
how long can we expect a season to be?
Yeah, so we expect seasons to be a year long, broken up into 4 splits. It's unsure this season specifically because of like a late start in the year if we're going to do 3 splits or 4 splits. That's not quite known, but we're targeting 12-week splits, so effectively 3 months. So you'll have 3 months to get your ranked rewards, which includes that skin, and
months.
probably other
Okay.
minor cosmetics as well attached to the reset. But yeah, hopefully 3 splits or 4 splits this year, and then 4 splits going forward for future
Okay.
seasons.
Love it.
Yeah, I have
Love
3
it.
months to
Okay.
reach
Good,
the rank you
good
wanna
stuff. I think we have all the info out there now. So everyone should be in the know about ranked season 1. Good. All right. Choice. I think we're good. I think we're good to move on. Oh.
yeah? Okay. Okay. This
White
is the
Eagles?
big one, everybody. I know you've seen a lot of information out there from our amazing PCG content creators, but we have the man himself, the designer, the big brain of this beautiful
Yeah, I believe I
hero.
understood that right, Mers.
And we're going to unveil a nice little lore trailer
Oh,
for
I
our
didn't know
next
that.
hero coming into Predecessor, Wukong.
You were my master, my teacher. But all you really taught me was what it feels like to be betrayed.
Your insolence dishonors us all.
What?
Wukong! I told you to stay away.
Haven't you figured it out yet? I never listen. Not all bonds are physical. But in the end, they all break.
Wow!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We're doing the thing. I actually muted this time, guys. Okay, I muted. I did the right thing. Let's go. Wukong is here, baby. I'm so excited. It's going to look amazing. I can't wait to get into the nitty gritty of everything about Wukong. Demonde, let's
What you mean?
talk
I
about
can
it.
you
Let's
be
talk about it a little
certified?
bit.
Yeah, first off, I love the background changes you've been doing and the border changes to our profiles. It's great. No, I love it.
Shout out Vinx.
You made them yourself?
I wish I was
okay.
this good. Okay. Shout out Vinx. One of the designers here at Omeda. She's incredible, and she's been crushing these amazing, overlays.
100%.
Really cool.
Yeah. So where do you want to get into Wukong? Where do you want to start, Choice?
Well,
There's
I mean,
a lot.
we just watched a little bit of a lore video, so we got a little bit of a nice taste of lore of like what's going on, and it almost seems like there's some stuff happening in the background that it's going to be really fun to unveil and see in the future. But yeah, let's talk a little bit of that lore.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're definitely cooking. We are cooking in the background, and this is you saw it earlier in the Boris teaser or his lore trailer kind of thing. But yeah, we see it here. We see that it wasn't actually Wukong that wanted to fight Boris. I mean, they're both creatures of the forest, right? They're allied. They're not enemies. It was Feng that actually decided to slay Boris. And Shadow Ops went and picked him up and rebuilt him into what he is. It is Feng Mao who is Wukong's master, or was his master, his former master, that taught him how to fight and his skills. And he is rebelling against him because maybe Feng Mao isn't as good as we thought he might be.
I didn't like Feng Mao in general.
Okay. Ace, any thoughts on that trailer that we just saw?
Doesn't seem like a good
Well,
guy.
firstly, I thought the team did a really great job. Super cool. And secondly, I can tell you Feng Mao ain't as good as Wukong, so pretty accurate. But yeah, I think the team did an awesome job, and I'm really excited to kind of share more of the stories and dive into them with the community as well. But yeah, I think Wukong is maybe Feng Mao might have trained him a little too well.
Maybe.
Yeah. To be fair, that's a pretty good point. I'm a massive fan that we've been able to kind of connect the two storylines together. Like, just having that set up in the Boris trailer and then it kind of being revealed in this one. I love it. It's been so much fun to work on this kind of stuff. So I'm glad. I'm looking in the chat, like lots of people seem to be enjoying that kind of vibe of trailer as well. So yeah, it's been really cool. It's nice to tell stories, it's really cool to tell stories. I'm very excited to carry it on, I guess. And you know where we're heading for 1.6 and the next heroes. So I guess watch this space on the lore side of things, right?
Yep, 100%.
Sorry. As a big fan of the game and lore in general, I'm excited. Okay. I love stories. I love like I remember back in the day when Paragon released the magazine, like the little comic book. That was like one of the coolest things ever. I loved it. So like getting to see some of this amazing lore, and then the Echo Seekers that we just, kind of teased a little bit on social media today. Kind of very exciting. So again, just like Stiggs loves to say, watch this space, because there's going to be some incredible stories being told from these, these amazing designers going in. But speaking of designing, again,
yes,
Demande is one of the big brains of Wukong. And should we do the video first?
I think we should do the video. Well,
Yeah,
it's a pretty
That's
cool video.
what's in the script. Like, I feel like, you know what happened last time we went off script.
We threw the script out like 40 minutes ago. So I'm just kidding. We're going on the script, but once again, we're going to unveil the kit overview video. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. That was
I don't know, Mers.
But we're going to unveil the kit overview video live right now for Wukong. Check this out.
The time has come, champions. The mythical trickster has finally come home.
But you still can.
Prepare for chaos. Wukong is coming to Predecessor. Wukong is an agile, elusive, and deadly fighter whose fate was forever twisted after learning the true nature of his beloved teacher, Feng Mao. Now at odds with his mentor and on the run, Wukong's path leads him back to where it all started, to face his greatest challenge and clear his name. Wukong's ultimate ability is 84,000 hairs, and it's unlike any other ultimate in the game. Rather than being a single powerful move, this ability instantly switches between his spirit and body stances. Depending on which stance he's in, Wukong's primary, secondary, and alternate abilities will all have completely different effects and cooldowns, making him our most versatile hero to date. One who's hard to master, but devastating in the hands of anyone who can expertly switch stances to set up incredible combos. Wukong also has access to his ultimate from level 1, and it comes with a powerful passive. Every time Wukong damages an enemy, he gains a stack of hair. At 5 stacks, a clone is summoned and the stack resets. Wukong can have up to 2 clones at once, increasing to a max of 5 as he levels up. The clones attack your enemies too, so try to stack them up before diving in for maximum damage. Wukong's primary ability in Spirit Stance is Cloud Walker, where he summons a cluster of clouds beneath his feet for a short duration. Wukong can walk freely along the clouds in any direction, enabling him to traverse terrain of all kinds to seamlessly maneuver around the battlefield. In Body Stance, this ability switches to Pole Vault, where Wukong launches himself in a direction of his choice and gains extra attack speed for a short duration. Both of these abilities synergize incredibly well with Wukong's secondary ability in Body Stance, which is High Impact, where Wukong crashes down to the ground with his mighty staff, dealing physical damage to all enemies in the vicinity. The longer he falls, the more damage it deals, up to a limit. So combining this with Cloud Walker or Pole Vault is a great way to maximize his damage output. In Spirit Stance, Wukong's secondary ability becomes Cycle Breaker, where he spins his staff at ferocious speeds, destroying incoming projectiles while granting extra damage reduction for a short period of time. Then he hurls his staff forward, dealing magical damage and stunning the first enemy it hits.
I missed that one so many times. It never stuns for me.
Wukong's alternate ability in
Only
Spirit
like
Stance,
once.
where he dashes forward, piercing through enemies, dealing physical damage and slowing them briefly. In Body Stance, this ability changes to Force Push, where Wukong drives his staff forward, pushing all enemies away, dealing physical damage and slowing them for a moment. This ability is great for creating distance, or when used at the right time, countering enemy abilities by shoving them out of range. Wukong's passive ability is Somersault, which enables him to jump again in mid-air to perform a double jump. Not only does this give Wukong an impressive amount of mobility, but it also combines perfectly with Cloud Walker and High Impact. Try using Cloud Walker to run up into the air, double jump with his passive, and slam to the ground for maximum damage with High Impact. Items that grant Wukong ability haste and physical power are great for enabling him to use his abundance of abilities faster. So try building into items like Augmentation and Basilisk to help reduce cooldowns and maximize your uptime on key abilities. The faster he cycles through his kit, the more pressure he can apply. Become the legend with Wukong. Coming to Predecessor on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
I'm gonna suck.
And that was the beautiful ability overlay for the next hero coming into Predecessor, Wukong. Absolutely excited to have Demonde on here with us again, not only to talk about ranked, but to talk about Wukong. He's kind of been the ranked and Wukong guy for quite a while, so I'm excited that it's like fully come to fruition all the way, like from the start to the finish here. I'm so excited. Demonde, let's talk about it a little bit. He's probably one of the most craziest heroes, but you know, let's get into it. Get into it.
Yeah, man, it's been a wild ride. It's crazy that it's all lining up as well for 1.5. It's like season 1 Wukong. It's like, okay, here we go. But no, it started 2 years ago, actually. Right around April 2 years ago was when I started working on Wukong. When they said, "All right, we want to bring this character in. Let's start working on it." And the first thing I did was read Journey to the West, which is the Chinese mythology for where Wukong comes from. So I read through Journey to the West, and I really wanted to keep that kit as like paying homage to, you know, who Wukong really is. Not only that, but of course, played a lot of Wukong in League.
Oh my gosh.
Went through and looked at the Wukong
Oh
kits
my
from Smite
God.
and Dota, and wanted to keep that, the theme of him being above you, right? In Smite, he's can jump into the clouds with his ultimate, and in Dota, you can hop through the trees.
I'm fucking up
So
things.
I wanted to make sure that he is.
Oh my
Wukong.
God,
He is
what's
who Wukong
happening?
is. So yeah, we went through probably over a dozen abilities for this character. He had invisibility at one point. He had the ability to summon clones around him in like a plus sign, right? And then you couldn't tell which one the Wukong actually was, and then based on your input key, he could turn into one of the other Wukongs. So like the ultimate trickster type thing. It was really fun to get to experiment with just a ton of different abilities for this kit. But we ended up kind of deciding that this was the way we wanted to go. This maximizes his ability to do combos. And he really does not care about walls. So if there's one thing I would tell any player that's playing Wukong is that walls aren't real, and make sure you don't act like they are real. Just, they're not real. You can go over them. It's a lot of fun. This character was a lot of fun to make, and I'm really happy, that we're finally releasing him. It's been a long time coming.
Ace was true to his word. Last legacy hero, last one.
I didn't say that. They all thought I was joking. But I guess I had the last laugh.
Ultimate trickster move activated.
It's awesome. And this does close a chapter on Predecessor. This is the last one.
That small monkey
we
following
finally got
you.
there. It took quite a while, but yeah, we finally got there. And I'm super happy that it is Wukong and that he gets to close us out. I'm really excited to see what high level, high skill players can pull off on this thing, because we said from the outset that we wanted a super high skill cap hero that had a high skill floor as well. So he's really powerful. He's really strong, but you have to have the skill to pull it off. And it's going to create some really, really good clips. Like we've already seen some awesome stuff from the creator test on the weekend. Joe Yours Truly was playing it a ton. Wangle was playing it a ton. They were both popping off on it. It was super cool to see. It's been a journey for this guy for sure.
He is like the skill ceiling on him, it really is there. I had a match against Purple Swan, who's one of our testers, who's also really, really good at the game, by the way. Really good at the game. And he absolutely wiped the floor with me. I couldn't do anything. And so I thought, next playtest, I'll just play him. I'll play Wukong. Couldn't do anything. I'd never played him before. I couldn't do anything at all. So it's but it does feel like when you're going up against somebody, if they're wrecking you, they're playing really, really well. You can almost appreciate, oh man, you really, you had to work for that. You did real good there. Fair play. I really, really enjoy playing against him. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really high APM character. You have to be constantly managing what stance you're in, and you see people even the highest level players this weekend were pressing the wrong button, thinking they were in the wrong stance because they didn't track it properly and making mistakes. I don't think we've seen what this character can pull off, and I don't think we'll see the true heights of what people could reach on him for quite a while, honestly.
It's going to be one of those heroes that's you're either going to absolutely destroy them or they'll just run away, or you're going to get absolutely destroyed. And that's probably going to be me getting destroyed, the whole time.
Same.
Just watching him bounce around and killing me. That's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure. I want to give a couple of shout outs for people that I worked on Wukong with, specifically the kit and design side. Definitely want to shout out Ray for helping balance it. I want to shout out Bloodmortius for being a good mentor on my first kit, because this is my first hero kit, so it's cool to see. I want to shout out Naren for helping me prototype all those abilities that didn't end up making it, but I really appreciated his work on that. And finally, I want to give a special shout out to an internal tester that played a lot of Wukong in every stage right there alongside me and really showed me what this character was capable of. And that's Flame Poikin. Want to shout him out too.
Love it.
I've heard some.
Love
I've
it.
heard
some
some
big
stories.
names.
Yep.
Ace, have you played a lot of Wukong in playtest?
Yeah, I have. I got to play with the content creator playtest as well, so it was a lot of fun. He definitely is kind of exactly as Demonde said, right? I think you can pick up and play him, but to really get the best out of him, you really need to like manage your cooldowns, the stance you're in, comboing the abilities together. And I think to get a lot of value, you're constantly switching through abilities. And sometimes, you press a button and you're in the wrong stance and it can go horribly wrong. Like the push
I'll be right back.
press that by mistake, and then you meant to like dash. And so, I think there's definitely a fair bit of mastery here. So I don't think in the time that I got to play him, I managed to get that far into mastering him. But I'm looking forward to, now that he's on live, hopefully playing him a lot more and seeing how far I can get with this character, because he definitely has a lot of potential, as Demonde was saying. In the right hands, he's going to be pretty nasty.
The combo implications are nasty.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we're talking about how, scary he can be to play against. So I guess, Demonde, obviously we're seeing him played in jungle and off lane here. Assume those are the two main roles that he can play. Does he play one better than the other?
Yeah, I think he does play jungle probably better. Of course, you can play most jungle characters in offlane. That is just kind of the nature of it. What I'll say is we primarily intend him to be jungle, but I wouldn't do anything to remove his ability to play offlane. I think that if people want to, have their skill expression and show that in the offlane with this character, I'm more than happy to watch clips and see that happen. I think it'll be really cool. Yeah, for sure.
And for anybody who is scared about Wukong, how do we counter him? Who do we pick? Who do we pick to beat Wukong, Demonde?
Yep, you pick anything that can stop him from moving through the sky. So things with ranged CC, right? Like Narbash Thunk kills him pretty quickly. He's very squishy, so he will just die. Something like if he ever gets Richter hooked out of the air, he's probably just dead. If you catch this character, if you lock it down for any reasonable amount of time, even just a second, it's probably going to blow up pretty easily. And that is actually part of the reason why we decided to give him physical clones, not spectral clones, to help him play inside of his clones, right? That's a whole nother loop that I haven't really even seen explored too well. But Wukong can play inside of his clones to attempt to use them to block projectiles for himself or take the CC, whereas he would normally take it. And then you also get gold if you kill the clones, so there's a little bit of counterbalance there.
Love it.
One thing I do want to touch on is that I wanted to make sure that he wasn't just going to be insane split push god that he was in Paragon. I played mainly Wukong in Paragon. That was my main, along with Feng Mao and Guang. So I know how egregious it can be. I once won a game in Paragon in 7.5 minutes through a split push. And I do not intend that to be a thing here. I don't know. That's not okay. So he's not going to be a split push god. We have balanced him to not do that. He can still split, but he's not going to be, split only. That's all he does. And one last callback to Paragon, since I played Order and Chaos, I think, on Wukong back in Paragon. I loved picking up Profiteer right at the start of the game. For any Paragon players around that remember that card, that basically allowed you to farm more efficiently. It would give you more gold, and he also had that inbuilt gold passive, which we have definitely thankfully removed. And if you died, Profiteer would be removed. It's the same as Lucky Feather, essentially. So for any real ballsy Wukong players out there, pick up Lucky Feather. Try it out. See how that goes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give it a go. I'll probably die, and then I'll blame Demonde.
Hey, if you don't die. If you don't die, you're rich, dude.
That's a big if, man. That's a big if in my games. Yeah, it's a big if.
I don't play jungle
brilliant.
because I am awful. So You know what? I'll just leave it to the professionals. Demande, carry me, please. I'm just
Agreed. Agreed. That's it. That's it. Yeah. I agree. I'm annoyed. There was a question in the chat, and I don't know where it's gone, and I can't remember what it was. So I'm trying desperately to find it, but I can't remember what it was. Choice, you're gonna have to move on. I'll find it.
There was a good chat question. It was, can your allies use the cloud walk?
Yes,
behind you?
that one.
Yes. They can. Your allies can absolutely walk on the clouds, just like Aurora. Well, Aurora enemies could walk on hers too, but yes, allies only. For Wukong, his clones can walk on it, and his allies can walk on it. So yeah, you can carry your team through the back of the pit if you want to do a 5-man pit invade. Go for it. He does have the tools for that. Yeah.
Nasty.
Love it.
Oh,
love it. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Taz in the chat has said now that hold on, chat keeps moving. There you go. Stop talking for a second.
Hello.
Now that the Paragon promise has been fulfilled, I can't wait to see what a meta build on. Excited for the future. And I just wanted to point this out because I think that's how a lot of us feel as well, right? Like Ace, you can probably touch on this. Like, how does it feel knowing that we're getting the last Paragon hero out? Like from here on, it's all us, baby. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, it's exciting, right?
I'm good through.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I think first it's pretty cool to see that we've come this far, which is awesome. But it's and now we really kind of have, I don't want to say a blank state because we still we have Paragon heroes in the game, but with the new heroes, it's kind of a fresh start where we can really build what we want to build without the limitations of like the existing assets and the animations that they came with, and also what players loved about those heroes as well. We don't want to stray too far from what people loved previously, but with these original heroes, we can really push them in a direction we couldn't with the Paragon heroes. And I think the first two that I've played, the team have done a really, really great job. And the other heroes, they also look pretty awesome, the ones that are coming down in the pipeline. And so, yeah, I think, it's taking the moment, but really excited for the things that we have cooking.
We're in the kitchen, all right? We are in the kitchen.
We are in the kitchen.
Put some spice on it. Put some other cool ingredients in there. I'm excited. We were actually talking to, we had the dev draft not too long ago with Lermy, bringing on as a character game designer, I believe, character designer, and with the team that we've already had, adding her to the team, and just where we've come from and where we're on our way to is absolutely exciting. So, as Steg says, watch this space. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. I'm excited. I haven't been able to play any of the other heroes. So, are they cool? They're cool, right? Like the ones that are coming.
They're pretty awesome. Yeah. You should play them. You're missing out.
Cool. I know. I thought you'd played. Have you not been in playtest with them?
No.
Oh man. Oh,
No.
we got to get you in those. Yeah, we got to get you in.
I need
to get you in.
Something just tells me I need to move to the UK or something because this time zone thing. NA Westerns.
It's rough, isn't
it? NA Westerns rise up, but also this is the worst time zone. It's just awful. Playtests are like 3:30 in the morning for me or something like that, and some of them are like 6 in the morning. But it's cool. It's cool. I will be able to play them eventually.
Yeah, you get to enjoy it when everyone else does, so that sounds fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
And you know what? I saw it in the chat. Someone said choice leaks. It's probably a good thing. It's probably
he playtest and accidentally have his stream on or something.
That is literally the biggest fear that I have. I
no,
make
me
sure
too.
OBS is closed, VMix is closed, everything, nothing can capture it. Nothing. I don't even allow like GeForce Experience or anything on there. I'm just nope.
Oh man.
Wrong.
Oh, I like to live dangerously, and I use OBS to record, and I've got the streaming button right next to the record button, so you never know what might happen one day. We'll see.
That's scary. Very scary.
Yeah, it's really scary. I need to change it. I really need to change it.
Well, I want everybody to get hyped for 1.5. We've got Wukong coming in. We've got the brand new ranked season 1 split 1 coming up, Ashes of the Damned, with a little bit of sneak peeks at some of the new heroes coming up here pretty soon. Guys, going to be good, okay? It's going to be good. We got more lore. I saw that. I see you in the chat. More lore. This is huge. Echo Seekers. We've got, this Feng Mao and the Wukong stuff getting all intertwined and everything, and we'll have a little bit of an announcement later about that. But just wait. It'll be cool. It'll be very cool. I want to get
Choice.
You guys.
When is 1.5 coming out?
1.5 is coming out April 29th, and I have a nice little footer here for it. It's coming. There it is. Look at that. April 29th,
Boom.
everybody.
April 29th. Next Tuesday. Excitement.
Ooh. So good. All right. Ace, final thoughts on the stream, what we revealed, what we talked about. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm super excited.
Wukong is coming
Can't wait for people to try Wukong. Can't wait to start grinding the next season of Ranked. I'm excited, and I'm really excited to see what people think of the heroes once they get to play them as well, because those heroes are pretty damn cool. And I think with this season, the kind of story as it evolves, I think people are going to really love that as well.
Yeah. Demande, how are you feeling about everything?
Fantastic, man. I'm super happy that we're finally at Ranked Season 1. Happy that my first hero is releasing. It's really cool. So specifically for me, like, this is my first job in the games industry, right? So to see my my features actually come to fruition is just an incredibly awesome feeling.
This is like the Demande patch. So vamos Demande!
Yeah.
Let's go! That's so sick. And Stegs, how are you feeling?
Oh man, I'm hyped, man. Like, the ranked stuff is gonna be so cool. I can't wait for, like, 1.5 is really cool. 1.6 is really cool. 1.7 is cool. 1.8 is really cool. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff happening here. And yeah, I honestly, I just think this year is going to be awesome. Like, I'm excited for everything. Can't wait to show more. As I always say, according to Choice, watch this space.
Watch this space.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm probably going to hear about that later.
That's cool, Anki.
Well, W Stream,
hello,
W
Ike.
Demande, W Thunderbrush, W Predecessor, W 2025.
That's cool.
Gonna be awesome. I guess we'll throw a W Ace's way. W Yacht,
Yeah, those
W
other
Weeks,
characters, they look really cool.
I'm sure I'll hear about that later. But that's gonna be it for our 1.5 reveal stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And don't forget, the 2 people who won our giveaways, if you haven't messaged us, please don't forget to message us so we can get you your 500 plat. But other than that, thank you guys so much. We will be around later. 1.5 comes out next Tuesday, and yeah, it's gonna be good. I just realized that I don't have the exit stream asset.
So wait, we're stuck here forever?
So we're stuck here forever, guys.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Well, I think people are asking for patch notes, so we can tell them. I think they're coming tomorrow, right?
Patch notes
I
tomorrow.
think so. Yeah, patch notes should be coming tomorrow. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awkward now. We just have to.
Well, I have done
There's
it
actually
back,
quite some
which
people
is
that
technically true.
enjoy the lure.
It kind of
I
works.
saw a lot of people
On
talking about it.
Sunday, we will be back
Reddit
here on
as
the
well.
Predecessor Game channel for an exclusive content creator tournament showcasing Wukong. It's going to be fantastic. We have incredible talent who's going to desk, analyze, host, cast. You know, we've got some incredible people like Lizadeth. We have TJ DJ. We've got Tang. We've got Ego and F6. We've got Lance and Ritterific. It's going to be incredible. And one of the fun parts about this little tournament is that Wukong is ban locked. You cannot ban Wukong in this one, like you can in ranked.
Take that, content creators.
Exactly. And then on top of that, the teams are allowed to mirror Wukong. So we are going to see a lot of Wukong action throughout this tournament. It's going to be silly. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. I like to do silly stuff. As you can see, I still got the choice hands thing going on. You know, it's going to be great. So I'm going to throw up a stream will be back soon thing. It's technically true. So we will see you guys on Sunday. Thank you. And see
Later.
See you guys.
Please don't ban Wukong in my ranked games.
All right. Oh my god. Why do I suck at this, guys?
My fucking god, dude. Oh,
Okay.
Lord. Don't say anything wild. Don't say anything.
I don't know, man.
Thanks for the raid.
You better queue up, brother. You better queue up that game.
Dude.
Queue up, brother.
Thanks for the
Alright,
follow.
Alright. Calm down, boys.
Yo, I like your background.
The penguin? The penguin is OG.
You are maidenless.
Alright, guys. Well, I wanted to play some ranks. We got a loot corridor. Very nice. Right. Really cool. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream on YouTube so I can have this saved. Bye YouTube. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys are excited. Some pretty cool stuff coming. Mers is waving goodbye to YouTube as well.